Good afternoon, students. Professor Thompson again. Just wanted to check in with you once again before the summer 2013 term starts. So I wanted to take a few minutes and talk about a couple things that were on my mind and make sure that everything is straight before our summer term officially begins. Some of you might be catching me on video for the very first time, and others of you, this might be your third video that you've gotten from me, and the class hasn't even started yet. Just want to let you know, if this is your first video, you can go to my YouTube channel. It's Professor Thompson 1, Professor Thompson 1, and check that out. Or you can, obviously, probably based on this link, find some of the other similar videos off to the right-hand side within YouTube. For those of you that have seen me before on film, welcome back. Good to see you again. Can't wait to meet some of you here in the very near future. I've got 4 or 5 things that I want to make sure that are really clear as we get this semester started and underway. First of all, I've heard from a lot of you, and I'm excited to get started. I'm ready to hear some of these speeches. I'm ready to get this course underway, as I'm sure some of you are ready to finish the course and wish it was 8 weeks from now. The course officially begins on Monday, which is June 10th, so everything will officially begin then. However, I've been working very hard over the last few days, and I've opened up Blackboard today, so all of you in my 2 internet sections have the ability to go in and check out what is within the course. Now, there's a lot to see and a lot to figure out, and so I don't want to overwhelm you, and that's why it's very important that you listen to this video and that you pay attention to what I have to say. First of all, when you go in on the left-hand side of Blackboard, there's many of the course organization tabs. The second tab that you will find is a syllabus and schedule tab. In that syllabus and schedule tab, it'll give you your course syllabus. Most of you have seen it already because I sent it out earlier, but once again, it's another refresher that these are kind of the things that are going to be going on. More importantly, you're going to see an entire course schedule. It's going to lay out a weekly breakdown of what we have going on. I really want to stress that these are not necessarily deadlines, but especially because I'm changing some course material, these are really just some guidelines. I don't have weekly due dates except for the specific dates at which you have to give your speeches. So the chapter quizzes and things like that, you might fall a week behind. I understand. Life happens to you. But I hope that you appreciate that flexibility aspect that I'm offering you in this course. What I do want you to know is when you click and open that up, weeks 1 and 2 are probably the heaviest weeks out of all the weeks in the term. So often students look at week 1 and 2 and they drop. If that's you, I apologize, I'm sorry, but I want you to know a couple things. Weeks 1 and 2, you just get through them and everything else is fairly smooth sailing from there. I tried to break down some of the different things that we have going on in the course, and I venture to say that you probably will need at least 5 to 7 hours to complete all the stuff for week 1. And it gets easier from there. It's the longest week of the term. So when you break that down, and quite frankly, that's if you take the entire allotted time for the quizzes. So for instance, you get 30 minutes to finish a quiz. Some of you might get on there and take the quiz in 5 minutes, which means you're really not going to need all 5 hours or all 7 hours or whatever for the week to finish the stuff. But when you look at the schedule, realize that while weeks 1 and 2 are fairly heavy and there's a lot to do, you don't have a whole lot in week 3. I have very minimal activity. It's meant as a light week. You'll probably catch up from some of the things from week 1 and 2 that you didn't finish as we were going through. And some of you who were really active and finish everything in week 1 and 2, you'll get to week 3 and you might even work ahead to week 4. So make sure that you're looking at everything in a holistic manner and don't be overwhelmed by what's going on in week 1 and 2. Realize I get that there's a lot of stuff. I want you to succeed. I'm on your side, and I want to help you through it. So when there's questions or concerns, let me know right away, okay? So with that said, you're going to want to check out the weekly schedule. You're going to want to check that out when you log on to Blackboard. Make sure you fully understand it. Second thing, presentation 1 is coming up quickly for us once we begin the semester. I emailed out that presentation expectation requirement sheet earlier in the week, so some of you have already seen it. In fact, some of you were already talking to me about topics, which is great. But I want you to make sure that you're working on that so that you're ready to go, so that that second week of the semester we get that first presentation out of the way. Some of you might be a little nervous, and that's okay. That's normal. You're going to be fine. We'll get you through it. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what you guys bring to the table in week 2 with those first speeches. So make sure that you're preparing that first presentation. For those of you who didn't get the email earlier with it, I have a presentations tab in Blackboard on the left-hand side, but also in week 1, the week 1 tab, you'll also find those requirements as well. So I've posted it in 2 places so that you can easily find all the presentation requirements. Okay, the other thing, I'm continuing to add some quizzes into the system. I wanted to make sure that I opened up Blackboard so that you could check everything out, but I only have the quizzes right now ready to go for the first 2 weeks of the semester. So I don't think any of you are going to be working so fast that you need quizzes from week 4 or 5 or 6 in the first week of the term. But I'm working on getting those uploaded. I'm working on making sure those are ready to go for you. But everything is 100% current and ready to go for week number 1 and week number 2 within the system. Okay. One last thing, or two more things. Make sure that once you've decided on your topic for your first presentation, that you are posting your topic onto Blackboard as the directions say, so that nobody else claims your topic. We only want one topic of any kind in each class. Last thing, if you have questions or concerns, please let me know. I had a couple of you who were a little nervous, apprehensive about something on the first requirement sheet. Make sure you're reading it closely. Some of you misinterpreted a few things on there about outlines and visual aids and stuff. Read it closely, but if you do have questions, I'd love to help you out. I'd love to answer those for you. So let's get rolling. Let's get this thing going. I'm looking forward to a great term. As always, I have Skype, which is Professor Thompson COD. That's my call sign, Professor Thompson COD. And I'll be on Skype periodically this week. And then next week I do have Skype office hours if you wanted to Skype in. You can get a hold of me through email, which is my faculty email, thomPSS@cod.edu. Most of you have that already. Or you can call me, my office, 630-942-2121. That's 630-942-2121. I want to make sure that I'm getting back to you as quickly as I can. Hope you're all doing very well. And again, let's get this thing going. Good luck, and I'll be in touch very soon.